It's Thursday. Thursday is for poetry on BookTube. Poetry Thursday. And I've got this poet for you, Joolz. This is a picture of her taken maybe in the 1980s. Joolz is the only poet I've actually seen perform on stage, read out her poetry. She used to often support a band I followed, New Model Army, and she would be the support act. It was unusual having a poet as a support act. Usually you'd have another band, but Joolz, she was this punk poet. She was an imposing figure. She was over 6 foot. She was tattooed. She had bright orange hair, and she read out her poetry. And I'm going to read one of her poems to you now. The poem is called The Rain. Imagine you're in a cafe in town, in the Mona Lisa, having a cup of tea, Michael Jackson on the jukebox. You're waiting for your food to arrive, staring out of the plate glass window. It's coming dark early these days. It's raining hard now, blurring the shop lights across the road and the car headlights passing by. Then suddenly, for a moment, someone is staring back at you. Standing in the pouring rain, almost lost in the silver-threaded dusk, a creature without substance. The sharp rain seeming to slide through the pale flesh of its face, indistinct and ghostly faded, hair slapped down to its head by the streaming water. It is motionless, only wavering because of the sleety distortion. You lock together for a second. Its dark eyes a deep but smoky glaze. The person hangs like a stain in the splashing twilight. And then they're gone. Suddenly you realize the record's changed, but you hadn't noticed. You peer out of the rain-beaded glass at nothing, at a wet street. The girl brings you food and you eat, without really tasting, wondering. I saw you in that cafe window, haloed in the golden light, like an angel in a medieval manuscript. Your eyes stopped me in my aimless wandering like a hook, and I stared back, hunching myself up against the icy slivers of water, cold hands bony and fisted in my pockets. I felt like a shadow rolling inside a hollow shape of human flesh, a camera looking out from the sockets where my eyes should be. I was frozen for that moment, repelled but unable to resist. As your life unrolled for the filming, all that you were, will be, are now unraveled for me. In the exchange of our glance, filling me with unwanted knowledge like so many times before, I felt that rain pounding on my skull would wash me away, a spirit already. I'm bound to earth, unhuman. You were hot and thoughtless, glowing veined and bursting, with life and blood alive. I envy you, I always have. Now do you understand?